Okay, thank you. Well, this is a 5 minutes version, right? Because it's too late. Last presentation, tired. Also, three negative factors for me, right? Well, this is agenda, just 4 points: introduction, problem, solution, and conclusion. So for the introduction, well, every people talks about smart cities. It's hot. It's cool to say I'm working in smart cities. And normally you have here on the left-hand side a model, the classic model with the 6 blocks: economy, environment, mobility, etc. And the question here is, what's about security? And some information about the problem. You have the disaster, and you lose people, and you lose money. Sometimes it's, when you lose people is terrible, but for some people to lose money is horrible. And here we have a typical model of a lawyer, and we have different variables inside a city, thousands of variables. So it's quite difficult. And here we have a solution from IBM, and you have 6 sectors, 6 lawyers. On the left-hand side, you have the information, simple information, and then you have an integration of that information. On the third place, you respond to this information now after you are proactive, and then you analyze, and finally you optimize the system. For me, when I see this graphic, for me it's like to see money and money and money, because you need a lot of resources to prepare the city. Another solution here is a classical, well, it's not classical, but it's a typical model, because you have on the left-hand side all the devices and all the people, all the social networks, right? And you have on the downside, you have a 3-layer system with the interface, the intelligence, and then the cloud to store all the information. And on the right-hand side, you have all the administrative organization to respond to the disaster. This is an example, and it is based in the traffic. When you have a disaster in a situation, a normal situation in a specific city, and you have the solution here, and you have simple simulation with specific conditions, right? So, conclusions. We think when you have a disaster, it's a combination of technology and information. What's about technology? Do we have advanced technology? Of course. A lot of technology. We have, or we can make an integration of the technologies, of course. No problem at all. And what's about the information? We have suppliers, we have people, devices. Yes, of course. Can we make some integration of this information? Yes, no problem at all. We can take an intelligence lawyer, like in the last example, and we process all the information, right? So, but what's about a big city like New York? When you have more than 8 million people, 50 million visitors, so it's a big city. And here, the problem for a disaster, it is centered in the scope, white area, and this is a specific and interesting question. Where is the focus of the disaster? Why? Because it depends. If you have the focus, you need the resources, right? And the response is the other important, is the key, because you need a lot of resources, right? So, conclusion, when you have the combination, smart cities plus disaster, you have data, system, interoperability, business models, and of course, again, you need a lot of resources, right? Thank you.